Ah. Huh? It's going. It working.
Which one? Which stream do I
Ah.
want to do?
Ah.
Hi. I don't know. It's probably because of I don't use this layout that often. Probably could have switched to big cam for the beginning. Welcome in. We'll be playing the crew and just chatting it up, talking about random stuff.
What up?
I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. Yeah. You talk?
Ah.
Yeah. Alright. That should work. Move it a little bit closer to us.
What if I simply put my feet on the back of your chair? You cannot stop me.
It pushes into my back.
Not that much.
A little bit.
Only this much. And just resting upon thine back.
Mm-hmm.
Thine back. Thine ass. Thine neck. Thine crack.
But no, as you guys can see, and if you know anything about the crew too, I've been playing this game a lot. There's a lot of stuff to do in this game. I think all of those that I just went through, I've already done.
Wait, what? You've only been playing this every day for the past...
Like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Not every day. We went to my parents for a little bit.
Yeah, well, that doesn't count.
But no, because I've been playing this game a lot. And I feel like it will take me, I'll play it for so long, but do nothing. A lot of the time I will just chill in like a Discord call or something like that and play the game. Sometimes I'll chat, sometimes I'll just sit there in silence and listen to everybody else, but
Yeah.
I thought might as well just stream it. Chat about whatever, kind of podcasty, Game Grumsy style.
Except face cam.
Except, yeah.
You widened it so I could be in the frame.
Mm-hmm.
I did not anticipate this. You didn't, like, warn me. You just kind of did it.
I mean, yeah. Because you said you were going to be over here. So.
Yeah, but, like, I could be out of frame. That's cool.
You could. Be a little weird.
What do you mean? I'm just the voice in your head. It's totally normal and cool.
You can't be in the voice in my head. You haven't told me to.
Yeah, I have. Jokingly. Like, once. I totally did.
You heard it here first. Of you. Yeah, this happens a lot.
Your streams just get brutally honest, LFB.
Yeah. Is this where your gruesome fire decay?
No. The gruesome fire decay implies that it's my functional opposite. But this is just my...
Also,
me.
another thing with like the stretching it out and like you putting your feet on the chair, you're also making it so I can't really move this way.
You can.
So
do you need to rock back and forth? Hi, kitty.
No.
Do you want to be included?
But I'm on the edge. Both of us are on the edge of the camera frame right now.
Yeah.
And at least one of us could be in the somewhat center.
Hey, she just tried to, like, attack me and then vanished.
Yeah.
Hi, do you want to come up?
She likes coming up.
Knocking over all daddy's shit. I have a baby. Oh, she's peeking. Hi.
She can be in the middle of the frame. She is the center of attention.
You are the center of attention. Isn't that right, baby? Hey, are you gonna lay on mommy's lap while she puts her feet on the bookcase because she can't put it on my daddy? Hi. Your tail is in my face.
But...
Hey. Hey. Oh, there she goes. Are you gonna flop? Don't fall.
This card. You want to switch to the...
So, you want to talk about the current political climate?
I would prefer not to, actually.
What do you mean? That's a totally not problematic topic for people to listen to.
I was
totally happy to listen to.
I'll be honest. One thing that I was like, if we want to talk about like current events sort of and that, honestly, I was aiming towards a certain movie.
Snow White.
that's come out. Yeah.
That shit looks like piss.
It looks so
It looks
bad.
like hot piss. The
So
CG
bad.
looks
So many
awful.
different
The casting's
wrong
awful.
things done with it. In that. And like the entire premise of like the conflict of that movie
Yeah.
makes no sense with who was cast.
Yeah. What was so? It's
I'm
like
I'm not it I'm some people are definitely like, you know, saying bad things about Rachel in that. Um and I'm definitely not saying that. I'm not gonna say any of that stuff in that.
But the
But
casting's dumb.
you have a literal supermodel for for the evil queen.
Who's mad she's not the hottest?
That's yeah.
The whole point is like the evil queen's supposed to be hot. She's just supposed to be slightly. The worst part is it's who's the fairest in the land. So like it kind of meant pretty, but it also at that point mostly meant pale as shit.
Yeah.
Of which
Although that
their
one
casting
argument, like,
choice is not that good.
oh god,
Bye. You're too involved in our Snow White conversation.
no, that was just
I was just skill issue.
yeah. It's a little, it's very weird. Angles I have to hit for that to
I can be your angle or your devil.
oh I just wasn't fast enough that time.
I wasn't even looking. I'll be real. I'm looking at my PC deciding whether I should turn it off because I forgot to earlier.
Oh shoot, I never restarted.
You fool. Like,
Ugh. I've been doing a lot of the is you can go in by like discipline and like the types of cars and everything. But
I love that she's just barely in frame. Feel happy.
Oh shoot.
You're
Alright.
having problems.
No, it's I couldn't see where I was supposed to go.
Hey, madam.
I wasn't looking at
Can
the
I
map.
move my
I'm really bad
hand
at that.
without you mauling me trying to get it to. Well, don't fall. I feel like I should have a task. Like an embroidery task or something.
You can.
I can. Embroidery would be easy. Unfortunately, I have to like get up and find that shit. And there's a baby on me.
Yeah, that's the real problem.
Have a baby. Even if I had the task, I don't think she'd let me do it.
Oh shoot.
Are you a problem?
I didn't find the first time I made it down there. Now I'm struggling.
Are you so baby? Are you my baby, baby, baby? You can hear her purring behind your head, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Now you can only see her ass because her head's on. I have to resist the urge to not sing in like awkward podcasty type things.
Yeah.
I have to do that a lot because I'm like a character from a musical where I just randomly break into song. But all the songs I break into are heavily copyrighted.
Here's another thing. There is a slider for audio in this game. That's like, oh,
no
yeah,
biting.
turn off the music. It doesn't work. when you start the game and like you're just starting off on like the home screen, there's music playing. Yeah. You can turn the slider down to turn off the music.
Does it just
in the
work
options? It doesn't.
Does it work if you like try and do it again while you're in the game, or can you?
But it doesn't work in that section, and it doesn't work. Am I just stuck here?
Are you in purgatory?
I think I might be. This way? Why am I in a maze to get out of this thing? No. What? Right, we're just gonna. I need to go to a different place, anyways. But no, the music in the home screen, like the starting screen in that, still plays, and also it plays like the little like riff whenever you beat like a
I feel like that doesn't count.
whatever. I mean,
Uh-huh.
you heard it here first. You can't. Well, that's an invalid vehicle.
Hey, why are you chewing on the corner of my phone, madam?
But honestly, another thing that I was thinking about talking about was let me salam, so I should probably use this. Almost like nostalgic stuff. Because I forget if I've actually said on the channel before, but I really wanted to do a
She's chewing my phone.
he's telling you put away TikTok while we're streaming.
I don't have a task.
Invalid vehicle. What?
I need a secondary task.
What do you mean invalid vehicle?
Fuck you, you can't use that car.
What does that mean?
It means you're not allowed to use that car. No. Different car, try again.
What?
Slalom. And happy Hanukkah.
Do I have to use a motorcycle? Like is there such thing as a touring motorcycle in this game?
Mm.
Touring car. Oh, there is. I need a motorcycle.
Neat. You gotta go buy a vehicle.
Yeah, they're expensive too.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of a thing. Vehicles are expensive.
Vehicle be expensive.
All right, there's $800,000 one.
Me and the boys at 3 a.m. looking for beans.
So, yeah, I really wanted to make a podcast that was like a nostalgia podcast. And weirdly enough, right after I came up with this idea, somebody started the nostalgia podcast.
Yeah.
And that but what was the name I came up with afterwards?
I do not remember. Would not be able to tell you.
Nostalgia? Or this
Disturbia!
I don't know. Go with the cheapest or I can get like something.
Hey, can you not shove your foot
Look at this.
right there? Thanks. That baby.
But no, I was gonna like, have green or all black.
Green.
Like I needed to actually wait for your answer.
Green. Well, also just have some color on there. I like the difference.
There's a little bit of red on the
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of sucks. Get the red out of there. Make it black. What?
I feel like there's a joke to be made there. I'm gonna not though.
She's letting me hold her paw. And aggressively cuddled into my hand. Are you so sleepy? Are you so sleepy?
I just needed
You can't move, by
God.
the way. You're stuck in this position.
Okay.
Because she curled her head into my hand and also the back of your chair.
Good. But yeah, I'm not the best at not hitting things, but I still
You still rule.
Not really. I did not.
Well, you still pass.
No, I didn't pass. I didn't get enough points because I wasn't fast enough.
Ooh. Be faster. Ow! Stop biting me. What's wrong with you? Stop it. Just because I'm not scratching you
How
with
the
the full
hell am I
force of
supposed
my body
All
at
right.
all times doesn't mean I deserve to be
It's gonna
bit.
take some time.
Do you have the... That's all I'm allowed to do.
No, I feel like this is about the same amount of time I had the last time, so.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep. Drive through all gates. Locked in.
But no, I wanted to do a nostalgia podcast, and it just never really happened. All right, I think I know what I need to do.
Is your bike not fast enough?
You know what? That is exactly the problem. I did not put anything on this. Let me
You didn't
just-
upgrade it at all.
I did not upgrade it at all. But
Yeah, that'll
luckily,
do it.
a cool thing you can do in this game, if I press down like the right joystick, it just takes everything that's equipped from one thing and puts it onto another.
Cool.
So that now it is upgraded. But also, I can also go back here and get a little bit more of a running start. So I don't start at 40 miles per hour. I start at like 100.
Yeah. Yeah, that helps a lot. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Hey, suddenly you have way more time. Go! Oh,
There we go.
you only had
Got
a
it.
second left. Got a few extra points.
Um,
Oh! Icon! J-Con. Pecon.
God, I wish I had as many followers on this as I did on my YouTube channel.
That's how I felt playing fucking, every time I play Content Warning and it's like, oh man, we only got like 15,000 views this video. And I'm like,
I'm lucky if I get
"Please?"
15.
Yeah, like, they're dropping like freaking 40 comments a video. Like, please? I want comments. I want comments. Even if
My last episode of Split Fiction has 8 views and like 6 likes, and that is it. That's all I've got to it. But I mean, I could play. I also like rarely stream, so I have no reason to.
Yeah.
But I just between schoolwork and actual work, it's kind of.
I will say for Split Fiction specifically, weren't we having the visual problem? That was probably because you had it full screen and I fixed it and you didn't.
Oh no. It's not really a visual problem. It's just. It might have looked like slightly crunchier, but it probably was not that bad. That's a problem.
I mean, I can check. I can check the level of crunch right now. Hold on, we're doing a crunch comparison real quick.
Okay.
Jesus,
But back to the nostalgia thing. I don't know about you. I was sort of looking at like things from like the late 2000s. To kind of like get ideas of things to talk about. And as much as like people talk about nostalgia and that, do you have a hard time actually enjoying some things that you enjoyed as a kid?
a little bit.
Because I kind of have that problem a lot. Like, I will go back and play or go back and watch like a show I used to watch as a kid, and I'm just like, I watched this religiously, and now I can't stand to watch more than one episode.
Yeah, because it's shit. It's always shit.
Or
That's-
like,
Oh god, that's so true. They're
or
always
I
god-awful.
will. Yeah, well, this.
Rock.
No, why? Why'd you start me moving? I want to.
Rock. I can't move. I want to get a
Um,
beverage and I have a baby on me. Little fatty.
or even there's sometimes where I've even gone back and like just like looked at my toys later on
Like,
that I
wow,
had
this kind of
in
stinks.
that, and I'm just like, man, I really wasted days playing with this that I am if I tried doing anything with right now, I would be bored in about 10 minutes.
Well, that's the thing, right? A lot of stuff when you're a kid is all about like the idea of it, not the physical part of it. Like some of the things we thought were the coolest ever and so imaginative and so cool have like even for the time some of the shittiest graphics you've ever seen. Whether it's like like a dumb toy that looks way more
Oh,
stupid
cool.
than you remember,
We're just gonna go off the side for some reason.
or whether it's a movie that even for its time was just like really poorly made. Like we tried to go watch while we were at KJ's, we had tried to watch Open Season. Could not get past the first like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It was I remember watching it as a kid and really really liking it, and then we went back to watch it and I could not fucking stand it. I was
Oh
so
my God.
annoyed the entire time, and I really like animated movies. Tedious with this vehicle.
Well, it's the vehicle I have to use. All right, it wasn't that long, thank God.
You look like you look like your car is sponsored by Disney XD.
What do you mean?
I don't know, just vibes. And the little X's in the corners.
I mean, I get that, but Disney XD wasn't it like it was like purple and green or blue and green,
Yeah, I think it was like
something like that.
something like
Hey,
that.
that's a nostalgic thing. I love Disney XD. But you want to know something that I watched a lot of because so I wasn't able to watch things that had a lot of swearing in it, like especially around my parents, which like I still did.
Yeah,
I just
not
used
where they knew.
headphones and that. But one way I was able to watch some of the stuff like on a TV was Disney XD had their Polaris um like line of shows, which was pretty much just bringing YouTube to TV. So they partnered with and paid some YouTubers to take clips from some of their videos, and they censored out all the swearing. And sometimes they even did like fun little edits. So like if something was bleeding, they would either like change the colors so that it didn't look like blood, or it would like put a ketchup packet.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, just ketchup, whatever, and that. Literally, they would regularly they would Happy Wheels was on almost every single episode.
Which is insane because Happy Wheels is so full of blood all the time.
But that was something I was able to watch, that some of that stuff. And they also had Parker Plays, who is still a YouTuber, who was, did do stuff on YouTube, but I know he did stuff on YouTube beforehand and after as well, but he also I don't know if he's still doing stuff is pretty much what I was trying to say. But he would play like 3 different games a video or an episode in that, half an hour long. Sometimes they would have like late night shows sort of where they were talking to either like game developers, YouTubers, people in the video game, pro gaming sphere and that. So it was trying to grab on to YouTube being so successful and that, but it really didn't.
Yeah. A lot of those kinds of shows or things came off really cringy.
Escape the maze. Oh,
the whole merit of YouTube is that it's run by individuals. But by making it a show and having it be run by executives and wiped clean of any kind of like
Hold on,
blood
let
or
me-
obscene references or whatever. Kind of removes the whole point of
Can
a
I
lot of
cheat
it.
this?
You cheater.
I can totally cheat this. So I can figure out where I need to go first. All right, so out, left, around. All right, out, left, second one, right, out. That way I can go there. No. I have to go out over this way. Back in. Yeah, back into the yellow. Out the blue. The second one. Out, back into the yellow. Out the second one again. No. Wait, how do I get out of here?
Where are you trying to go?
I'm trying to escape it. Oh, there's an exit over this way. No. So it looks like the way out is over here.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure. So back in this way. I have to go back in this way. This. Oh, but no, I can't go in that way. You can't. How do you? How else am I supposed to get out? There's no other way out. Oh, I got it. Okay. So I have to go out this one, out the blue. There's an exit there? No. Out the blue, out the yellow. Into the yellow. Out the. Oh God, why'd you do that?
Yeah, I think you zoomed out a little too far.
Well, I didn't do that. It was. Sometimes it grabs onto whatever. If you go down too far, it'll grab onto whatever and then just zoom in on it for no apparent reason. All right. Out this. Around. Can I go out here? I can go out that way. Go out that way. Oh, no, that's not going to help me. That's all a dead end. So I have to go out this way. Out the blue. Out the yellow. Back into the yellow. Into the yellow. Wait, there's no way. There's no way.
What? You should trace it with your finger so I can see what your mindset is.
Well, I'm doing it with the circle.
Okay.
So I have to go out this way.
Yeah.
Around.
Yeah.
Out here.
Yeah.
Out this one.
Yeah.
Around here.
Mm-hmm.
Out. Back over here. Back in. I could ramp.
If you ramp hard enough, you can get out that way.
I don't think that counts. I think I have to go like through a gate.
Mm.
If I
You
ramp
sure?
out
Then why
here,
would they have the ramp there?
so that you can get from here over to here.
I guess.
But you can't go through this way. So these act as walls, but walls that you can drive on, essentially. And go out here.
Now that all podcasting has ceased, because you're like, what the fuck?
Because there's nothing, there's no way to get over there. So what I think I have to do, because I have to get out here, right?
Just trace from there back to the center.
Well, that's the thing. You go back around this way. And that's both dead ends.
Can you
and then I go over this way,
Mm.
and that this is both dead ends. There's this. I can get off here, but I have to come up here. If I come back this way, and that into the green here, into the green here.
So if you ramp into the
Oh,
green,
no, wait,
can you
hold
get
on.
under it?
Oh, I can get under the
Yeah.
ramp there. So,
Yeah,
okay.
so you know how to go.
Okay. So, all right. Out the orange, out the blue,
You do that.
out the yellow,
Let me
back
find
into
my-
the yellow, ramp off of here, go back around the purple, out and around, out back into the gray, up, out. Okay, I've got it. But no, I loved Disney XD. All the like the good shows were on there.
I don't know how you can maintain a thought process.
Um, it was because it just had so many like cool shows that were messing with different stuff
Mm-hmm.
that like main Disney Channel was not.
Well, that's because main Disney Channel is corporate and boring, ultimately.
Like a lot of the main Disney Channel was the same thing, just with a different coat of paint,
Mm-hmm.
essentially. Um, I didn't plan out the rest of this here.
I gotta figure out what my plan for this was because I don't even remember anymore. For anyone on stream who's curious, I'm gonna be working on embroidery of a funky Bill Cipher.
Got it.
Nice.
There we go.
Da-da-da-da, you did it.
I planned out a lot of it, and then I didn't plan out the last few turns.
You can wing it.
Yeah. Um. But no, there was Kicking It. Um. Lab Rats, Mighty Med, very underrated. um. Pair of Kings, very, very underrated. A lot of people probably haven't even heard of Pair of Kings
Mm-hmm.
and that, but that show was so fun. And for the longest time, I thought that like the big muscular guy was an old football player, but it was not. After looking that up recently. But I think also it was from a very young age that I was I had my multitasking personality
Mm-hmm.
because from a very young age I would I'm doing really bad at this. I would like play with my, toys, but I would also have, like the TV on playing something and that. And sometimes, the whatever was playing on said TV was also typically dictating what was happening with how I was playing with my toys as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd be doing something completely random. And then like I'd see something like on the TV, whatever show I was watching, and I'd be like, "Oh, that's a cool thing," and then would switch the story of whatever I was doing with my toys to match whatever that story was. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
time, but I could not just play with my toys.
That's interesting because I very easily just like sat in a room with toys and played for hours. But it was always like I I had this really weird obsession as a kid with the damsel in distress kind of trope. And it might I don't know if it was like the movies I was watching at that time or what.
Probably. I was
I
so
mean,
close.
yeah, like a lot of little kid stuff does that, but I just like
Especially like girl targeted.
yeah, well, because a lot of it's like, oh, a man's coming to save you, right?
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily what I was doing. It was just damsel in distress. Like my favorite thing is I had two sets of Playmo people. I had the fairies and I had the pirates. By the way, pirate set, awesome. The
I
little
also had the
glow in the dark
pirate set.
skeleton rules.
I also had the glow in the dark skeleton.
Fucking rules.
Amazing set.
Fantastic.
I had
set.
the whole. Did you have like the whole pirate ship or?
I didn't have the ship. I had the Skull Island.
Ah, so I had Skull Island, but I also had the pirate ship. Oh, God,
So close.
I needed 5,000.
Oof. Stinky.
What? Why'd you not restart me? I pressed the retry and it was just like, yeah, no.
Yeah, you know what? Go fuck yourself, actually.
Are you swearing on my channel?
Are you not?
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry. Are you gonna be family friendly?
No.
Okay, then shut up, bitch.
uh, but no, yeah, I had the whole pirate ship and the Skull Island set. Um, and I had a lot of toys as a kid. I was spoiled brat. Um, there we go. I got.
Mm-hmm.
I was spoiled brat. I also had the medieval set.
Hell yeah.
Wait, did you say Playmobil?
Yeah.
Are you sure it was Playmobil?
I had Playmo people. Yeah.
Huh. So I didn't have the Playmobil.
Interesting.
I just realized that. I didn't have the Playmobil. I had the Imaginext.
You silly Billy.
Which I'm going to be 100% honest with you, 10 times better.
Fuck you. Uh-uh.
The Imaginext was so much better. I did have some Playmobil stuff though. That's what my circus was. So I had the whole like Playmobil circus. Not the whole set, but like I had like the whole like big tent circus thing, and I had like a few of like the side sets for it. I think there was like a band set that I had for it. Wow. Not doing good for this. But yeah, I had that, and I used to have a hamster. Actually, I had two hamsters. Both of them were named Max because I was like 8 and not creative at all.
8-year-olds rarely are.
But oh God, this is gonna be hard to do. I have to balance on a water slide tube with a motorcycle.
Terrible. This is like a GTA races bit.
Please.
Please.
But no, I also had the lion cage for that circus set. And I would how am I supposed to make those turns?
What am I supposed to do this?
I
can't
honestly
get my
might give up on
noise.
this one. Just so I can actually talk. That's the thing. I wanted to really do like more races. And that I should really just do I should do these. But no, I would take my like the lion cage set up, and I would take my hamster and put him in the lion cage.
Were you imagining he was the lion?
Yeah.
Aw. Did you give him a stage name?
No.
Not that creative?
Yeah. Also, it was only like half the time that he would be okay with it. The other half the time he would just bite my hand off.
I mean, that's...
Oh my
fair.
god, Jane. Learn to drive.
What?
One of the AI took a turn, did not take it good, and just stopped. She just stopped.
Hey, Jane, what the fuck, dude?
Also, I'm not really good with these for some reason.
No! I stabbed myself under my nail.
But no, yeah, he just did not like it. Half the time, we just bite my finger.
I mean, again, that's totally fair. I do not blame the guy.
But no, Imaginext 10 times better. Because I had the Imaginext, the pirate set, I had the medieval set, and I had the dinosaur set. And I would take all three of them, and it would be like a time travel battle of the ages sort of thing. And sometimes there would be like every once in a while there would be like alliances. And sometimes they would be double crossed.
I think that says a lot about the media you were consuming at that time, actually.
I was also, yeah, I played Call of Duty at a very young age.
That explains a lot.
I only played the campaigns though until I was like 13, I want to say.
Yeah.
So I was not dealing with, you know,
With
getting
being told
called
to kill yourself at like age 8.
Yeah, or getting called slurs. I did not have to deal with that at all. That luckily.
Luckily. Yeah.
But no, I was playing those games. There was a weird thing though. My parents were completely fine with me playing Call of Duty, including Call of Duty World at War, where like in the first 10 seconds of the game, you see a guy's throat slit open.
Cool.
But they did not like me playing a game called Turning Point, which, long story short, it's set during World War II, and the Germans attack New York City. I have no idea why they did not let me play that game, but they wouldn't.
Somebody tell them that. What, did they think it's like propaganda?
I have no idea.
Because it's clearly not.
But I started playing that game later on, and it's a hard game.
Yeah. Parents are weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, small child, you can play Call of Duty.
Well, it's, oh god, I still remember vividly. My brother had one of the GTAs on PlayStation 2, and at one point I tried to go play it. I got like 10 minutes in, and then somebody came into the room
They're
and
like, "No!
screamed at me
What are you
and
doing?
turned it
You
off.
Can't play that."
Oh, even better, I recently got this on Steam just so I could like go ahead, replay it for nostalgic, you know, reasons. But we also had the like original Ghost Recon game, and me and my dad would, because you could play up to 2 players on that. He would let you know, I just realized.
What?
Uh
Are you talking about childhood and you had a horrifying realization?
no, I'm talking about stream stuff. I never turned on desktop audio.
Has it been off this whole fucking time?
Yeah.
Damn, that's not cool.
Well, I mean, there's not losing much. You're losing car noises.
Yeah.
That's all you're really losing. Actually, it's probably better because there's a guy that talks during this that I really should also turn that off.
I mean, you're definitely ensuring you don't get any copyright strikes.
I mean, yeah. Shoot, I meant to. Hold on. There we go. Now desktop audio is on. Hold on. The game. This game really does not like working.
Tell it to get a job.
There we go. When you switch tabs, it really doesn't like turning on or turning back to the game. Hello, welcome in.
What's up? Welcome in.
Yeah, like I was saying, it was just car noises. Doesn't really matter.
Vroom vroom, baby.
But no, me and my dad would play the original Ghost Recon together, and he has this weird thing where he almost has the opposite of what I do. Like, I can't be just doing a thing without any like other audio happening around me.
Oh, he's the one where he has to be just doing that thing and nothing else?
He will literally tell me, I mean, not all the time, but whenever we played the game, he would tell me, like, I would like try to say something to him and he would just go, shush. Like, I always made the joke, I don't know if it was a concentration thing for him. Like, thinking about it now, it probably was. But at the time, I'm just like, it's a video game. They can't hear us.
That's funny. Come on, Dad, it's fine. I can't hear him.
But no, yeah. And then I tried playing so bad at figuring out where to go in, like, when he did play Call of Duty sometimes.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
he's an old man.
I would literally he's like, hey, can I play this? Can I play that game or whatever in that? I'm like, by the time I just told him no. Just because I'm like, no, because I don't want to have to sit here for the next 3 hours and tell you where to go every 5 seconds.
You already have to do that in the car.
Oh yeah, they will not use like GPS or anything. Like, they will still have, like, I won't know where to go, like, driving myself. Like, I will still have to look it up, like, on Google Maps, and they will still have me look it up, but I have to give them instructions of where to go.
I think that's a little ridiculous. We've had it's not like GPS is a new technology either.
No.
The accessibility of it, and like the instantaneous nature of, well, now you know there's a cop over there or whatever. That's new. But GPS in itself has been around a while, and they just decided to never use it and just use you, their child, instead. Which is so weird.
And then, there was one time we went to Boston to go to the New England Aquarium, and we had, so it was me and like my parents in one car, and then there was my brother and his girlfriend at the time was like in his truck. And my dad wanted to surprise us with what we were doing. Or not really surprise us, but surprise the rest of the family. So he had me go on, figure out how much tickets were, figure out when they're open, and figure out, like, mapping out how to get there. And I did this for, like, weeks before we went, like, on our vacation. And I had, you know, it up on my laptop because I didn't have a phone at the time. Because this was also when I was, like, 14, I want to say.
Which is totally ridiculous because you're 14 and like the youngest.
But my brother was like why, like, he wanted to, you know, go ahead himself and figure out a completely different way to go, and he was like, oh, just follow us through the traffic of Boston, and that.
Good luck.
And we're just like, we know where to go. Like, I knew where to go and everything like that, but he didn't want to follow my directions because he's like, why would we follow the directions of the one person who can't drive?
Because you've been giving directions for how long at this point?
I mean, not too long at that point, but yeah, a bit. So it's just annoying. And then we ended up going to the same parking spot.
How did it turn out?
Yeah, it is. It's one of the endurance races, so it's like 10 laps or whatever. But it pays out a lot, so it's kind of nice to do. But also, I've noticed that going ahead and doing the 3 different difficulty levels on the just like 3 laps of this race pays out more than doing the 10 laps or so. And it would take you less time, so theoretically. Boop. But no, we ended up going to the same parking garage that, you know, you want to park in. And then afterwards, this parking garage, it doesn't go up, it goes down. One more time. That's alright, thanks for stopping in. And have a nice night.
Have a good night, rest well, sweet dreams.
But yeah, we went to this parking garage that went down into the ground. And you couldn't park, like, my brother was able to park close to the top because he was in a truck. And they had specific truck parking towards the top that had, you know, some extra space and stuff like that. But we were in like a normal, like, short SUV, like, car and that. So they sent us down. My dad gets very claustrophobic. And they didn't have stairs to go back up. One, he was already feeling, you know, problems from it because he knew he was going underground.
Mm-hmm.
And that. But 2, he also he can't go in an elevator. And they did not have stairs to go back up. They only had elevators. So he had to walk up the ramps. Both of us did.
Mm-hmm.
We had to walk up the ramps to get back out because of that. I think I'm just gonna do the normal one. So
God forbid the fellas listen to you. Moral of the story. You're
well, no,
right.
we went to the same
I know.
one anyways, but yeah.
It just seems like additional headache for dumb bullshit. However, I do think it shouldn't have been on you to have planned all of that at that age. That should have been his responsibility.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to.
He should. I don't think he was an excuse for that. And that's coming from me, so maybe.
He didn't know how to use Google Maps yet.
Maps has been around a hot minute.
I mean, this was also like
I know. Which, I mean, like, still.
10-ish, posting on 10 years ago or whatever.
If you want to travel, like, have you ever traveled before ever? I'm sure you planned it before you were born, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
It just feels a little ridiculous, personally.
Yeah. He has some problem. He's a little special.
Understatement of the year.
How would we even get to talking about that?
Talking about nostalgia.
Ooh, I'm underwater.
Fish? Card game's not cool enough for fish.
Ooh, fish! There was fish.
There was fish! You had one fish.
No, there was a school of fish.
Ah, another school.
You have anything you want to talk about?
Not very interesting.
It says the girl that has an entire series on her channel about just talking to a camera.
Yeah, but that's mostly, you notice how those don't go very well when I don't have other people on the channel talking?
Yeah, but you have me. I'm here to talk to.
Yeah, but I'm back.
That's also why I asked you to do this with me. Because you have significantly more people you talk to in your chat than.
I just, like, I don't know what to talk about because I don't do a lot. I have really, really hyper-specific stories. So if you give me a topic, I could probably pull something out.
I mean, we've been talking about nostalgia for a while here, so. Any things you're very nostalgic about?
I get really nostalgic for places that no longer exist. Because if they're still
Oh,
there, usually I'll go there. You know?
I could give you a full-on map of the Toys R Us
Oh,
that I always went
you
to.
and the goddamn Toys R Us.
Hey, I'm a Toys R Us kid.
I know.
I might have to go to a different country to be one, but you know, or cry in the one corner of a Macy's.
Man, sir, you're 35.
I want to play with my twains.
I like trains.
Oh my god, that is a whole thing right there. Have I ever told you about the train set situation?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still gonna repeat it for stream, I guess. So in the Toys R Us, there was the section where, you know, they had all the train toys. You know, they would have all the Thomas the Tank Engine trains, some like basic trains, and that all went on like the wooden tracks. And they had a train table with those tracks and new cool things and that. I would beeline for that so fast every time we went into the Toys R Us. Pretty much, a lot of the times whenever my parents were buying me things for, you know, a special occasion that they didn't want me to know about, my mom, and if my brother was there, my brother would go with her. They would go and get the stuff, and my dad would just take me to the trains.
I mean, good
But
for him, 'cause
sometimes-
your dad also likes trains.
But sometimes we wouldn't just go to the trains. And my mom and my brother be like, all right, we're gonna go get him this. So don't let him come over there. And then my dad had a really bad time telling me, no, we can't go in that direction.
But I want to go look at all the stuff I want.
So there was so many times that I've heard about now that my mom and brother were, getting me stuff, and they went to walk one way where we shouldn't have been, and we were like, they literally went to turn down an aisle and we were in it, and they had to quickly turn around.
You're like, whoa. And then look at your dad like, hey, what the fuck? And
Yeah.
he's like, sorry.
Oh, why is my
Hell, why did my loop not go all the way through?
chat stuff off?
Off?
It's chat. It's like, I don't know, I can fix it quickly by doing that, sort of. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller, maybe.
Since this is mostly us talking, you could technically also turn it off.
I could. I probably will.
Because, like, there's not a lot happening in there, so it's just covering up the game.
Boop, boop. But no, so my dad, one year, decided, you know what? He likes the trains table so much, I'll get him his own.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably played with it for 5 days. And then it sat in the basement. Never to be touched.
Problem, right? Because it's cool when it's not yours and you can only do it sometimes.
Yeah. By the way,
Also, in public,
y'all can talk about, your water fountain talks, and you're making your friends that, here and there. Nothing was better than the train table.
That's what I said. Like, it's different when there's other kids there for you to play with and, like, meet and talk to. Because having your own kind of eliminates the social factor, and that kids are all about the social aspect of things.
Yeah.
Constantly. A lot of kids want to meet new friends.
A lot of kids, though, did that in, like, the play places in McDonald's.
Yeah.
I had a hard time doing that.
I only went to a play place, like, a handful of times. I can probably count on both hands.
Oh, I went, there was one place nearby that had, like, we would go to, like, this one place to get groceries from, like, a Walmart, and that McDonald's had a play place, and we would go there pretty much every single time we went. So yeah, I was there. I was a regular at the play place. But I would have a problem with that for one reason and one reason only. I could not go on the rope bridges.
Freak you out?
Yep. It was too unsafe.
Even though it super wasn't, because it was rated for children and trampled on all the fucking time.
Yep. That's honestly one way that I've always described. I don't have a fear of heights. I kind of have a fear of falling,
Yeah.
which, like, is fair. But I have a fear of unsafe heights, or what appears to be unsafe heights.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm at the top of a building, like, whatever.
You're on top of the North Tower.
Wow.
It's like, I mean, it's a primary example of a tall building that is safe. It was never not safe. It was outside causes that led to the deaths of many, many people.
Anyways, I could be at the top of a very tall building and be totally fine. The second I step on the third rung of a ladder, though, no, not doing it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Ladders are kind of freaky, honestly.
Like that, and, like, I don't know. Some cliff edges I feel a little about, but
I mean, it's the other fucking stuff.
Yeah, it says the one that will literally just sit with her feet dangling with a 100-foot drop in front of her.
What do you mean? I would never do
If we
that.
weren't streaming, I would literally drop the name of the place.
Oh, okay.
Even though it's far from...
You literally could. I don't know what you're talking about.
I actually don't even remember the name of the park. I know where it's close to, though.
You don't remember the name?
No.
If we're thinking,
I
you thinking
literally...
of the one that I went to all the time?
No, not there. No, I was talking about the place we went with my parents.
Oh, like the
when we went to
skate
go
park.
see your... Yeah. We went to go see your friend.
I wasn't even dangle. It was fine.
It was... You had your feet dangling off the edge.
I was fine. You are a nervous.
Also,
wreck.
yeah, I could name drop that one because one, it's not even like you go to you're not even like you're there anymore.
Yeah.
And two, you would also name drop it on your channel.
Yeah, no, I'll name drop it. I don't give a fuck. I went there, but like, I don't go there anymore. And it's not where I live. So I don't think it really matters.
But
Yeah, I mean, I live where mountains are. Like, I live by the Adirondacks.
no, yeah. So the rope bridges, can't do it. Would not be able to do it, and then I would get made fun of. Although I feel like I have a very, I wouldn't say like vivid memory, but I have a very like, I know that there is a very specific time that I'm thinking of right now where I pretty much got a girlfriend for that visit to McDonald's.
Hell yeah. I got.
If we had cell phones
McDonald's
as 7-year-olds, which is a horrible idea, don't let that happen.
Yeah.
I would have gotten her number for sure. Hey,
Huh?
you're just jealous because I got a message on Instagram that may or may not be
A real person.
a real person saying I'm handsome.
I'm really not jealous.
Sure about that?
I'm.
When I said her name, you got very upset before.
I was no. Certainly not jealous. Like, you told me like this morning we should get married. I'm like, I want to get married. I'm like today.
You gonna out me like that on
Yeah.
screen?
You fucking are trying to lie and saying I'm a jealous girly when I'm super not. Absolutely gonna out you for being a fucking simp.
I'm not a simp.
You see it on the camera.
Yeah.
You're not a simp?
I am not a simp.
Should I message my Discord and question what people think about that?
Absolutely.
Fuck.
Because I am no simp.
I think you're a fucking liar. Ah, shit. My thread came out. I've done arms, but the arm looks fucking stupid. I'll let you finish.
I'm kind of doing
You're
something.
kind of in the middle of something.
Oh god. Alright, let me see. It looks like it's too close to the feet. That's the only thing. Like, it itself looks fine. Its placement looks a little...
I don't think the placement's wrong. The placement's exactly how fucking Bill Cipher looks.
Alright. I guess you would know.
I would know.
Ah! How am I supposed to... Alright, I'm gonna need to retry. I'm gonna need to switch cars.
I mean, if you think the actual arm itself looks fine, then I'm happy with it. Because that's just like, when he first shows up, that's just how his fucking arms dangle.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Oh god, now I'm going too
I
fast.
just gotta give him shitty little mitten hands.
I switched to my faster car, and now I'm going too
Way
fast.
too fast.
So if you watch this, I have to go through that. I wasn't even hitting it with my other car. Now I'm
Damn.
flying over it. Need more speed. More speed.
A little less speed.
Too much speed. Got it.
Yeah.
And now I need to land after that. It's the only
There you
problem.
go.
Well, no, I need to land on
You
the
need-
other side.
Oh no. Have fun with that. What the? Phineas! Phineas Cypher!
What the heck? Okay. I love the placement of the bricks.
So stupid. You could have made the bricks the shirt.
Got it. Alright.
I think the best part about it is I looked at it immediately and it doesn't say anything about Phineas and Ferb on it, but my brain was like, no, that's Phineas. The other triangle guy. You know, I can imagine. So, canonically in Gravity Falls, like, Ford just spends 30-something years
Got it.
just hopping dimensions, trying to get out / looking for Bill Cipher. And we
Mhm.
know, at least, like, through references or whatever, one of them was more than likely Rick and Morty. Which is hilarious in its own right. 'Cause-
No, wait, I just thought of
What?
how just exhausted Bill Cipher would be interacting with Doof.
With Doofenshmirtz?
Yeah.
The other triangle guy? I don't think he'd bother. Because the thing is, Bill Cipher needs to work off of intelligent people.
I think it would be something like not similar, but like
With Seuss?
no. I would say it would be something similar to Doofenshmirtz with his the second dimension,
Yeah, so like the angry one where he had
like
his
the
choo-choo
one that
taken
actually
away.
is yeah.
Yeah, the one that the literal only difference is he's got his fucking choo-choo train taken away.
Yeah.
Which is bananas, but very funny.
If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure he had like nothing else happened. He just had his choo-choo taken away.
Yeah.
That's all he needed.
It's not choo-choo.
Choo-choo. That's it.
Autism moments. But I honestly think that Ford would love Phineas and Ferb.
Oh yes.
Adore them. Like, you are my grandchildren now.
Well, I mean, because
Immediately.
they kind of have like the same sort of like, I mean, it's more towards building stuff in that, but
Well-
very similar to how Dipper is with, you know, the other stuff.
Yeah. Well, my thing
Like they have
is,
that same excitement and like somewhat like kind of maturity-ish sort of.
Ford was always into weird shit. He's into like D&D and reading stuff. But also, he builds stuff. That's his thing. He builds stuff.
Mhm.
Dipper is mostly theoreticals and then in action. A lot of it's in action because of Gravity Falls. Most of it's like he's like a mystery reader. I honestly think Phineas and Ferb, they're a little more fantastical with it, but that was close. I do think Phineas and Ferb are actually more in line with Ford's interests than Dipper is. I do also think
I
Phineas,
tried
Ferb,
this.
and Dipper and Mabel and Isabella would fucking love each other. Isabella and Mabel would be off getting makeovers.
I think Isabella would get a little tired of Mabel.
You gotta remember, Mabel's 12.
Yeah.
Isabella's like also 12, and they all collectively deal with Candace without getting annoyed most of the time, so I think they could handle Mabel. Because Candace is an annoying teenager. Annoying. And they're fine with her, and like she's family, so it's a little different, but Mabel's just weird.
Got it.
But every single Phineas and Ferb character has a brand of weird that I think Mabel could bounce off of really easily.
Wait.
Thought. Mabel?
I like how this is similar
Buford.
to.
I think they'd be friends. I don't think he'd admit it to anyone.
Buford would love Waddles.
He'd be like, this girl is weird, but I like her pig.
Because you got to remember of Buford with his pet goldfish.
Oh god, yeah. I genuinely think
I love Buford because he is. I love his like what they did with him, where he's a bully. He's a bully, but don't only I can touch my nerd.
yeah.
I speak French.
Yeah.
Um,
Buford's just really fucking
and I love my goldfish.
would die for my goldfish. That's my thing, right? Because he's like mean or whatever, but he bonds with weird people intentionally.
Also, in the "Summer Belongs to You" special, he's like, "You guys can't do it. You guys like blah 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 blah," and that. Except for you guys. Oh, and when you guys sang the song and your platypus came back, oh, that was nice too. But other than that, I don't think you can do it.
Yeah. He does have a soft spot for animals, like canonically.
Yeah.
Which is very sweet. But no, I think like he's very noticeable.
Not a sociopath.
No.
Unlike Mario.
Unlike Mario from the hit series
Mario.
But no, I genuinely
Oh,
think the Phineas and Ferb characters
no.
and the Gravity Falls
Is that
characters would go
does
on
that
great.
want me to do what I think it wants me to do? It
Drive
totally
through
does.
all- oh no. Actually, it's
Oh my god.
oh golly gee.
Oh, this is gonna be
Awful.
horrible.
24 seconds.
Please.
No.
Oh god, I'm gonna be raging about this one.
But yeah, no, I'm firm on that. I think Gravity Falls and Phineas and Ferb characters would mesh great.
Yes.
Just, oh my god, Stan and Buford. Stan would tell Buford to punch a kid and take his lunch money for him, and Buford would go, okay, and then do it. Awesome. Like when a grumpy old man adopts a bulldog.
It would be like the worst mentor ever.
Yes, absolutely. Phineas and Ferb would be with Ford, and Buford would be with Stan. It would be awesome. I also weirdly think Stan would also really like Isabella. I don't think
Yeah.
he'd dislike any of the kids. I think he would like all of the kids collectively. Wendy would hate Candace very, very much. Wendy would beat the shit out of Candace. Actually, you know what?
Wendy would probably have some fun with Vanessa though.
Damn, that's crazy. They're both 16. That's still weird for a lot of reasons, but they are both 16, I'm pretty sure.
I meant like they would hang out and do stuff.
I don't know why you
Caitlin.
said it like that, though. You said it weird.
I did not say it weird.
You totally said it weird.
I did not say weird. Have fun. Sorry, having fun. Nobody can have fun unless you're doing something sexual, according to.
That's not true. You just said it weird. Anyway, yes. They could potentially hang out.
Oh God.
Do you think Wendy would accidentally see Agent P and just not say anything? I think so.
Probably.
I think she'd see him in the hat and then see him later at the house and just do like, you know how she goes to do the throwing away the key thing with Dipper? She'd do that with Perry. She'd see him as Agent P and then see him at the house and just they'd lock eyes. Perry would get like a bit of a concerned look on him, but with the cross-eyed platypus thing he's got going on. And she'd just go, I don't know. Because I think Wendy would also watch him kick Doof's ass and think it was hilarious. I think she'd have a grand old time with it. Awkward silence. Awkward silence.
Sorry, I was trying to... Oh god, I made it.
You got it, you did.
Weird jump in the middle, but I got it. I never got back up after I got mad about the other one.
I'm trying to think more character interactions.
If you guys can't tell, I really like challengers. Seeing as most of my vehicles are challengers. But no, we were doing this literally last night, but with DC and Marvel characters.
That's true, we were doing this. I really like thinking about crossovers a lot
way.
because some of my favorite things as a kid were crossovers.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron and fucking Fairly Odd Parents crossover shit slapped. That was so good.
The best crossover ever.
They did Jimmy Neutron wrong, by the way. Everybody was so excited for Planet Sheen because it was like I mean, Sheen's kind of stupid, but he was kind of funny in Jimmy Neutron, and then it was like the worst possible show. God awful.
I got it. It's fine. I got time. I got plenty of time.
Do you?
I got plenty of time.
Do you?
Plenty. I'm out of time, but I crashed, so I got the reset.
And then... what are the crossovers? I always forget crossovers that happen.
So I had a lot with the stuff that I watched because I watched. The one thing is that she watched a lot of animated shows. I watched a lot of the live action.
Yeah,
shows.
the live action shows are way fucking easier to cross over.
Oh, but it's complicated.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I kept flying. Why are you resetting me?
But like, functionally, it's really easy to cross over live action shows.
So the problem is that all the live action shows have crossed over so much that there's now a paradox sort of thing. There's plot holes in it. Specifically the plot hole that technically speaking, Jesse and Sweet Life on Deck happen in the same universe, but yet Mr. Mosby does not recognize Debbie Ryan's characters, and when he showed up in the one episode of Jesse, and also, you know, her name being Jesse, not Bailey.
Be like, man, you really look like this one person. Which did happen in one of those crossovers, right? Like, people tell me they look like this person. I don't see it.
I think it was something.
It was one of the Halloween specials, I'm pretty sure. So. Because that's the one I think it was.
I think it was something where it's like, it's referencing like one of their other ones, or
yeah, like one of their other roles that was in that show but not present in that moment.
Something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, there was a lot of crossovers with that because you also had multiple shows that crossed over multiple times, but with other shows as well. Like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody had a crossover with That's So Raven and Hannah Montana. They then proceeded to have a crossover with sorry, I was I almost failed this.
Sorry, I haven't walked in.
Proceeded to have a crossover of Sweet Life on Deck with Hannah Montana and Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah.
That's
Wizards is so easy
I don't
to
know if there was
crossover.
one thing there was Sweet Life of Zack and Cody had an episode where it was like they were doing a play and what's her name? Ashley Tisdale's character in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was trying out for the role of Sharpay, also played by Ashley Tisdale. And the entire episode was everybody saying that they don't see how she looks like Sharpay.
I love shit like that. I love where they call it out directly, and instead of being like weird and meta, they're like super funny with it.
Yeah, which I guess is something we're gonna have to see how Marvel does that with the whole
The whole Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom being played by.
What, is
Tony
he just gonna be
Stark.
like in a mask the whole time, or are they?
See,
just
we
gonna,
don't know if they're gonna do that route.
or if he's just gonna be out and nobody's gonna mention it at all.
They could do it where there technically is I think there is technically in the comics a universe where Tony is Doctor Doom.
So you think they're gonna like roll with
Technically.
it?
Or yeah. Or they, they might not. I mean, even if there wasn't one in the comics, they probably would just be like, "Yeah, that'd be a cool thing to do.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Why not? We haven't given Robert Downey Jr. enough money yet."
Yeah, right. He hasn't gotten buckets of money and also had his entire career saved by being Iron Man.
Yeah, we killed off his character, and we wouldn't want to bring his character back because that would kind of ruin the killing him off thing.
Yeah.
So
even though killing him off like irreparably damaged poor Peter.
yeah, and like so they're like but we haven't been doing good since he left. He must be our. You gotta think the MCU started with his Iron Man, and this dude is still rolling with it.
I forget. So the killing. I think we've talked
Technically.
about this. We have talked about this, but I can't remember how our conversation went. So it is a fundamental part of Spider-Man's character that Uncle Ben fucking dies.
Yes.
Or some equal of Uncle Ben dies.
Yes.
Like Miles's was. I think it might have actually been his uncle. I can't remember if it was his dad.
Spoiler alert.
I literally said I can't remember. Also,
Obviously, somebody dies.
it's, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Somebody always dies. It's Spider-Man. He can never ever be happy. It does not matter what universe. He has to be miserable all the time. If it's
Well-
not his uncle, it's his fucking girlfriend.
Well, I mean, somebody always has to be miserable. I mean, hell, look, Kingpin's a Mets fan, so. And that's probably one of the most
the money, Spider-Man.
miserable thing in the world.
Go Mets!
Being a Mets fan, I can say as
As a Mets fan?
a Mets kind of fan.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I'm a fan. I follow the Mets more than any other team because my dad is a Mets fan, but also I know the pain that it is to be a Mets fan. And I don't want to actually tie myself down to that pain.
You don't want to bind yourself to that fate.
Yeah. I don't want to watch it happen.
But does Tom Holland's Peter Parker have an Uncle Ben?
I
Or
think
is it Spider-Man? Or is it Iron Man? Is Iron Man his Uncle Ben's
Iron Man is his Uncle Ben figure. But I don't know. I don't think they've actually mentioned an Uncle Ben at all. But also, like, well, so, all right. There's, because he has Uncle Ben, but also Aunt May kind of steps up as an Uncle Ben equivalent as well.
But that's the problem, because Aunt May is her own figure, and if she dies, that's fucked up. Don't take her from him. She is all he has. Don't do that.
Yeah. We need to watch No Way Home.
You fucking die in No Way Home.
Well, like, I need to watch it again because I don't know if they've actually mentioned it. But like, the No Way Home has the line of with great power comes great responsibility. It finally comes up in the third Spider-Man movie.
That's crazy.
But
You ended up watching the first Spider-Man, the one everyone hates, while you were gaming at one point.
I watched the first Amazing Spider-Man.
Did you like it? Were you paying enough attention to really get thoughts on it? It definitely doesn't deserve the hate it gets.
Well, like, the Amazing Spider-Man is totally fine. And that his suit is a little, but other than that,
I mean, look at how old they are.
well, no, his suit in the Amazing Spider-Man is also like, funnily enough, for the villain he fights in that movie, kind of lizard-like. But also I think you would enjoy No Way Home just because of the old villains showing up in it. But
Fuck you, villain.
I think Aunt May says that with great power comes great responsibility.
That wouldn't
And
shock
then
me.
they talk about it, like he talks about it with the other, spoiler alert, the other Spider-Man.
It's not a spoiler alert for anybody watching the stream, not for me. I watched the clip of all of the 3 Spider-Men hanging out, and then
Which one?
the one where it's like,
So does it
what's
come
that?
out of you?
Yeah, where he shoots it and everybody's like, oh my god!
Oh, so that clip.
Yeah.
So have you watched the clip of them talking about it later? Like where Tobey Maguire is just like, does it just come out of you? Like, do you have to do anything for it? It's like,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
just
need to
kinda-
do anything. It's
he
like,
just needs
it's
to
like
do
I
the
don't
thing.
do breathing.
Yeah.
Just kind of happens.
Yeah.
It's like, does it come out of anywhere? Hey guys, I think they're coming.
Yeah, come out of it. Well, they're just asking all the questions we're asking, right? Like,
I
does it
love
come out of anywhere
how
else?
I love how Tom Holland's is like like Tobey Maguire's is, it's obviously later on, he's older in that, and like Andrew Garfield's is like, he's older, but he's not like too much older.
Yeah,
Like,
he's like,
like if
he's in college
like,
vibes.
yeah, like if like Tobey Maguire's is definitely like in his 40s. Spider-Man.
Well,
But
40s is rough, but Tobey Maguire definitely
He-
does give me the idea of like adult, like comic Peter Parker, where he's
Yeah.
not a teenager anymore.
he's and like obviously Tom Holland's is, you know, supposed to still be that teenager and that, but like Andrew Garfield's is supposed to be, is like, he gives you the vibe of like maybe late 20s.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
That's
which
exactly what I'm
is-
thinking.
It's something that I'm like, I you know, specifically know like older Spider-Man, like mentor Spider-Man sort of like mentality, it sort of character, and like teenage Spider-Man. I didn't get that like middle ground, just like creeping up on 30 Spider-Man.
Midlife crisis Spider-Man.
No, because that's what mentor Spider-Man is.
No. You haven't
Um,
watched Into the Spider-Verse.
No, I have not.
If you watch Into the Spider-Verse with me, I will watch No Way Home with you.
Okay. I mean, I've been kind of meaning to watch that one. I've just,
it's
I've been
good.
really meaning to watch that one, but with like, I don't want to watch that one and then want to watch the second one and be disappointed for the next 12 years before we actually get that movie. Or I think it might have been scrapped. I might have been scrapped. Don't quote me on that.
What?
Yeah, I think they might have scrapped it.
Scrapped what?
Into the Spider-Verse Part 2
Well, they have Across the Spider-Verse.
or Across the Spider-Verse, whatever.
They have the sequel. It's out.
No.
Yeah.
The third movie.
The third. I don't know. I don't know that there's supposed to be a third movie.
Yeah, the second movie ends and like it's like a part 1.
Is it?
Have you watched the second movie?
No. I've
Well,
only
then don't
watched-
talk like you know anything.
Well, I'm
I haven't
asking.
either, but I know about the news about it and that where the second movie kind of ends kind of in a it's like a part 1 situation and it's going to be a part 2 to it. And that part 2 movie was supposed to come out like 2 years ago or so and then it got delayed to like 2027 and the last that I heard again, I don't know for sure, but I think the last that I heard was like, we don't know what's happening with it. Although we're supposed to be getting the Spider Noir with Nicolas Cage, though. That is supposedly in production. I think I saw some pictures of it.
It seems like stuff. Beyond the Spider-Verse still doesn't have a release date. A lot of people are saying probably possibly 2026. I think it's unlikely that they'll never put one out, considering how insanely successful
Yeah,
the other two were.
it's
Obscenely
it
successful.
takes a lot of work with the style of
Yes.
how those movies are.
Also, a lot
The
of they
animation
are
with it,
extremely culturally sensitive. The entire time, the whole fucking I don't know if you've seen the clip of
I love how
like Spider India.
I've given up on, oh yeah, we're cruising around in cars, and I've just been flying for the past like
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Fuck it. Who cares?
I
But
really like flying games. I don't know why I
yeah,
don't stream
you should.
something else.
But in I don't know if you've seen the clip of Spider India, but there's the whole bit where he's talking about like his life, and apparently compared to the other Spider people, Spider India's fucking killing it. Dude's just having a good time hanging out, and he's like, I do this, I do that, and I love, you know, having my meals and whatever. And then Miles goes like, I love chai tea, and he goes, chai tea? That's just, chai means tea. You're saying tea. Do you want some cream with your coffee?
All right, that's good.
Yeah. It fucking kills me. Al references that shit all the goddamn time. Do you want some cream with your coffee? Oh, I didn't see this from like almost 10 minutes ago. Nevi says you can't chat because you're on the big screen right now. But your stream's up. Pauses driving.
What?
Nevi texted me almost 10 minutes ago, said, tell Trevor I'm watching on the big screen and can't chat on phone, please and thank you.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. I was like, what? What do you mean I'm on big screen? You can't chat. What is me being on a bit? I'm not. I'm on the game screen.
Silly dumb guy. My very slow progress on my Bill Cipher. I gave him 2 hands this time. Whoa.
This is a very annoying thing to do.
I think I'm gonna grab my last cranberry juice in the little mini fridge, even though it's currently in the mini fridge. I'm gonna go grab that. I'm forced.
Okay. Um.
Oh, I'm fucking dying. Oh, God.
No. You know what my favorite, like, older, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you.
No, I know.
But my
You do
favorite
that while
older.
I read that while I grab my drink.
Oh god. Yeah, all right. We got your you have your very own specialized chat.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm just your DMs with Kate. I just have
yeah.
the phone here.
I got cranberry.
But one of like the older Marvel movies that I've watched all the time. Honestly, I would not say Nicolas Cage is one of my most one of my most favorite actors.
But he is in everything you watched as a kid.
Oh my god, I watched Ghost Rider and National Treasure so much. The scene where him on his motorcycle and the other Ghost Rider on the horse and just the song that plays ugh.
Are you gonna coon?
You know what? Have you watched that movie before?
What?
Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage?
No.
I'm gonna show you that scene later. And then you'll know what I mean.
And then I'm gonna.
And then you're gonna
I'm gonna come. Sorry, YouTube. Yes, I'm gonna.
Well, we'll do it after stream, obviously.
Should I make his eye next? I feel like I should make his eye next. And that uses up more white than I need to use.
Alright, I think I can go nice and slow. I'm pretty sure I have the time to go nice and slow and be fine.
Oh, fuck yeah. Nice and slow. Sorry.
Open your fucking mouth.
Nice and slow, baby. Got it. I'm getting ballsy.
Got it. I think that's all of them for that section of the thing. Also, I love this just empty, this empty water park that they give you to mess around in.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people, at least like skateboarders, probably dream about having an empty water park just to fuck around in.
There's some weird stuff in this game. There's a big
What? Hey,
cow.
that rules. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is that like a slide?
No, I think it's just like decoration.
That's still cool as shit.
There's a
But
big
the thing is
octopus
it's-
thing over here as well.
That's cool. But the reason I ask is because that tentacle was like way too round.
Yeah.
It's not tentacle shaped, so I was wondering if that could also be a slide, because that's sick as hell. Oh god. I'm thinking about that water slide I posted about that had teeth in it.
Stop. No.
Did you remember what I'm talking
We're
about?
not having it.
What?
Not on my stream.
What do you mean?
We're not talking about it.
What? Oh, why?
Because
Do you remember what it was?
yes, I remember what it was, and that's why I don't want to talk about it.
Why? It's awesome.
It's not awesome.
Kind of cool.
Ooh. Hey, look, I'm on Octodad.
Those look like teeth, I'm gonna be honest.
I'm on Octodad.
Dead?
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 Oh, that's something that I love. So I mean, so I would say I'm going to talk about the new Daredevil show with this.
Okay, so spoilers.
It's not a spoiler. I'm not talking about anything with the story itself. It's more of the the background stuff and that and the production of it and everything. So like
We still gotta watch the new one, I think.
yes. So essentially what I wanted to mention is that in the show there's a lot of graffiti. And there's graffiti that is, you know, relates to what's happening in the show. And that is shown often.
Which is awesome because
Which-
graffiti does do that. That's just
That's something that
graffiti
I
for.
love. Like that attention to detail in that. And like they're kind of using it in the story itself sometimes, but sometimes it's not even the focus and it's just in the background and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But I know it was something that they did with one of the guys that was working on like the production of one of the Star Wars shows was like he was helping out with stuff in that and he was and it's like, oh, it feels like there's something missing in that or whatever. And he went to, I think he went to like to somebody about it and he's like, the problem is there's no graffiti.
Yeah.
If you
I
go
remember hearing about
if
that.
you go to like places that have like a civil war stuff like going on, there's tons of graffiti based on what's happening.
Yeah, so they
and
didn't they
that-
like hire somebody and
so
they
they
just
went-
fucking went around.
So he
spraying shit?
went and did the graffiti for it, and that some of the stuff is in the, you know, the made up languages for Star Wars as well
Yeah.
and everything. He didn't get paid for it at all.
Nope.
All he wanted to do was be in the movie or in the show or whatever, and he's in for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. And it made it just way better and more believable.
Yeah,
Love
it's that attention to detail that like
That'll really
a lot of
make or
people
break
don't think
something.
about. But if it was missing,
You'd
like if it
notice.
was missing, honestly, if it was missing, I don't think a lot of people would notice.
You wouldn't notice, oh, there's no graffiti. You'd just say there's something missing.
Probably.
Because that's what
But
that's what he felt, right?
noticing the people that do notice it, that's there, it is such a good like attention to detail. That just makes it that much better. And shows like that much more like love going into the show or the movie or whatever. Oh, I was near the end too. I went too fast. Alright. Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
hey. It's late.
Yeah. It's like midnight for us right now.
8 minutes. How long have you been going?
We started at 10.
For like almost 2 hours. Thank you.
If you want, we can end soon.
I mean, I'm chilling. I just want to go to bed before 1 a.m. Preferably.
It's fair.
Because I am trying very hard to fix my sleep schedule. At minimum, just don't look at the bed in the background, guys. Might be snoozing. But then you'd have no one to talk to.
I think we could end soon.
You getting tired?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so I have to go a little bit faster than that.
oh fucking ass. Point.
That sounds like fun time.
Yes. Yeah, probably. Fuck it, I'm pulling out all these. I'm starting over.
First your
Pulling out.
fucking ass, now you're pulling out.
Pulling out. Whoops. Hi. Pour that. Oh well. I don't like the lines. I was embroidering very fun, simply fucking undoing it because I can do that. I only put in a couple. It's annoying, but it's better than doing it all and hating it.
So, what do you mean that didn't count? Yeah, no, we're done.
Mm-hmm.
We're not done. We're doing the stuff. That run was. So hard. Any other nostalgic things? Think about back there. What's your favorite old commercial?
I mean, there's a couple good ones. There's ones that were relevant to me, like Pillow Pets. Because I think the Pillow Pets commercials really encapsulate what commercials from that time were. They were bright, they were colorful, they had their jingles, you know, stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
But there's also ones that are just like, you saw them, like, I can't remember the name, but like some of the dishware or whatever, where it's like, you get this cool dish that does a stupid fucking thing, and for 2 payments of $19.99, you too.
That was the best thing. It was always like, oh man, it's only $19.99. But then it's like 2 payments of $19.99.
Yeah, it was like 6
18
payments
years
of
or older.
$19.99.
18 years or older to order.
Yep. If you order right now, you can get this random free thing you will never ever use.
I don't care.
But I actually have something that I'm really, really nostalgic over, but it's not like a thing so much as an experience, of which I have many experiences I'm nostalgic over.
Because you actually did things.
Yeah. Specifically,
I did not do a lot of things.
I get really nostalgic regarding how the world looked.
Yes.
I think about it all the time. I don't know how many, if any studies have been done. I think I went to look into it, but I didn't look very hard because I was busy that day. Because everybody basically remembers the world as being so much brighter and more colorful or more beautiful when they were a kid. And part of that is because kids react well to bright colors, so a lot of their spaces were designed with those bright colors in mind. Like kindergartens are all about those bright, crazy colors because, you know, it's better and it helps them focus and learn and cool. Well, you won.
I got it.
Fell to your doom, but it's fine. But I wonder if your eyes, like the rods and cones and whatever, actually deteriorate with age in such a manner that you see color less clearly, or with almost like desaturated. Because you ever see sometimes you'll see those filters where it like saturates the world like a bit more than normal, and you're like, oh, that's what being a kid looked like, and then you take it away and everything looks sad and miserable. Is that a thing we're thinking, or is it like that? Because everybody remembers childhood being brighter, at least visually. So I'm very nostalgic for that, and I get very nostalgic for those things. But I also get very nostalgic for, like, you know, I didn't really get to do it, so not too much, but like crawling around in the few times I got the glory of hanging out in the play place. Or I I get very nostalgic for when you were running around in the park as a kid, and you're running around and like another little kid's running with you for no reason, and then like even if you don't talk,
I
you
have a
just kind of exist together.
Question: how often were you going to the park?
Considering where I live, pretty freaking often.
I would go to the park. So we didn't really have, I mean, we kind of did, but we didn't really have park nearby.
Yeah, you know where my house is, and I've
Yes,
lived here
I-
forever,
yeah,
so...
I know. But,
And now we have a second one.
but I did not, I went to the park, like we would go to like one of the like the state park sort of things and that.
Yeah, so it's not like a children's
few times-
place thing,
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
they
a
had one
public-
there,
Okay.
but I would go there a few times in the summer. Maybe like 4 times a summer.
I think that's really important. Like, stuff like that, going to a park with your kid is super important for their development, especially socially. Because
That's why I have no friends.
Well, 'cause... No, but yes.
Ah, darn it.
A big thing is when you go to the park as a kid, like, you learn to share, you play, and you'll make friends you'll never see again. Or sometimes your family would go to the park at the same time again, like 2 months later, and you're like, oh, it's you! And then you play and play
Yeah, I
and
never
play
had
and
that.
play. Yeah. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. But it's super important to be able, especially, I think the biggest thing about taking your kid to the park is when your kid is in school and they're getting social stuff in school, it's all with kids their age. You're not really interacting with the younger kids except in the hallway, right? When you're at the park, you're interacting with older kids, you're interacting with younger kids, you're interacting with kids of the same age. Like, a public park generally ranges from, like, depending the parents and the location or whatever, it can range from, like, toddler age to, like, what, like 13 usually.
Yeah.
And that's super important.
Or 22.
Yeah, or 22. Like I said, depending on whatever, but
Depends
that's
on
the
if there's
thing.
kids there.
Yeah, if there's nobody there, it's like a couple of teenagers fucking around. But if there are people there, it usually ranges.
A
from,
swing
like,
never gets old.
exactly. But it's very important, and also it's super important for like the 13-year-olds to run around with the 7-year-olds and have a little bit of fun. It's good for kids of different ages to intermingle. It's really, really healthy socially because it reminds them how to act with people.
I saw a thing before that's like girls in their friend groups, and it's like 20 years old, 20 years old, 20 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old. How am I supposed to make that jump?
Yeah, guy friend group.
Guy
is
friend group.
15,
It's like
25,
20,
32.
23. It's like 23, 37, 39, 47, and 55.
Yeah. I think being in YouTube spaces has really improved that for me, because there are people of completely varying ages that stream and do stuff like that. So a lot of my friends I've made through YouTube, not that I ask their ages specifically, but like I'm friends with multiple parents and parents of like multiple children at this point, and people, you know, all over in age. But I think that's true. I think it's easier for girls to interact with, you know, ladies their own age. Because
We're friends with a guy that worked on a movie before we got into high school.
that's true. That's lore. But I think it's because it's like, oh, girls mature faster than boys. And I think women intentionally kind of divide into cliques regardless.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's based on interests or like, you know, like similar taste in music or movies or hobbies or whatever. It's people who are just like you. And generally, for people who are just like you, it's going to be in your age group or at least within 5 years of that or so, which is usually what
How
it is.
am I supposed to make that turn?
But women are also way more likely to make other women friends at work that are different ages. They may not interact with them outside of work, but they are 100% friendly with them and is like, oh, this is my work wife. That's super normal. Guys aren't all about you're just like me. Guys are all about we do this one task together all the time. Guys are all about the activity. You will talk,
See,
but you're
that's the
usually
thing.
doing an activity.
Y'all know your entire life story after like hanging out for the first time. And you could ask two guy best friends when the other one like like what's your friend's favorite color? I don't know, wears a lot of blue, I guess.
Yeah. Like notices stuff but doesn't openly ask. That's true.
There we go.
Next. Wham. Oh, you're drowning.
I don't
You
look,
drowned.
once I hit the finish, it doesn't matter.
Fuck yeah! Whoa. Little jiggle there. That's another thing too. That's the difference between real life friendships and online friendships. Like you're like, oh, it's fucking blue, I guess. That's how I feel making friends online. So KJ, obviously I've known her longer than anyone, so I know basically everything about her. But even some of my other real life friends, like some of the first things you ask is like, oh, what's your favorite color, whatever. I know my online friends' deepest traumas, biggest insecurities, their crushes, and all of the things they hate about the world, their jobs, and themselves. You ask me what color their eyes are, or like their favorite sports team, I'm gonna go, do you want to hear about the ways in which their minds work? That I could tell ya. I could tell you the game they have 600 hours in. But I could not for the life of me tell you the most basic facts about online friends. And usually it's closer to the opposite about real life friends, because real life friends is usually like hanging out and you'll talk sometimes, but it's easier to just hang out and like hear about their current lives rather than what's going on in their head as much. Unless they need to vent or something, in which case it's like, hey, can I talk to you?
Yeah, okay.
Done being exploded.
This is like the stupidest thing to do. Because like it's a demolition car. It's supposed to be destroyed. You're putting in all these things that like try to kill me, essentially. And I'm supposed to drive through these
Without getting
quickly
destroyed.
and pretty much without getting destroyed, or else I will
No!
be stuck
Aw,
and
what?
destroyed like that, and then it resets you at the beginning.
Hey, that's fucked up. That shouldn't have reset you there. That one, you were not destroyed. You were fucking fine. Whoa. Harder! Wow! Hey! Alright. Nice!
Got it. But like this thing's supposed to be destroyed. I mean,
Yeah.
technically it's not supposed to be destroyed. It's supposed to stay from being destroyed. But like,
It's a car made to get fucked up.
Um, but no, like a lot of the things like with some guy friends as well is like I have this one friend I went to high school with, and we played games like we kind of talked like while in school about stuff. And then later on, like a group of guys that I went to high school with, we started playing games like during like quarantine. Played for about like 2 years. Played Valorant, and then we kind of like dropped off. We all got very busy with school. Kind of got bored of the game and that, so we kind of drifted apart in that. And every once in a while, I'd be like, "Hey, you guys want to play Valorant again?" You know, every
Oh,
like 6
sure.
months. When like we pretty much played every night for like 2 years almost. But there's one friend who like who barely talk to each other. Every once in a while, we'll jump in like a VC and like the server we got. Um, but I haven't talked to him in like 4 or 5 months in that. And then, but every like few weeks, he'll just send me a TikTok out of nowhere.
What, like just one?
Just one.
Love that. Yeah.
Sometimes I think he like waits for like my responses in that. So I kind of responded to the last one with something. And I sent him one, and then he sent me another one a few days later. So I think he's like, oh, I could send you more. Oh. Send you more now. So
What?
I think we'll probably have to talk to him. A bit once season 2 of The Last of Us comes out, because I think we were talking a lot about that.
You want to say hi to stream? You want to say hi if Nevi's still watching? Oh, my eyes. Yeah. Say hi. You think she's happy from the attention?
Yep.
Purring real fucking loud. Like, are you curling up in Mommy's arms? There we go. She was standing and she didn't want to be standing, so she kept putting her foot in my hand. Like, please? Please? You like watching Daddy play his game?
She loves watching me play video games.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. You have anything else you want to say, Chad? Or are you just trying to get into his lap instead of in my arms?
She loves laying on my lap.
Hey, whoa. Not his desk. That's not cool.
Oh yeah, she also likes getting on my desk.
She says, oh, because you have a dirty plate. She's like, ooh, is there anything I can consume? Yep, there she goes. She's trying. Says, Daddy, you don't have any lap. Daddy? Daddy, move your arms so I can fan you. That's it. Butt in Mommy's face. Anyone want a tail? Anyone want a tail?
No, she won't.
Throw this.
Hey Keith, welcome in.
You got a Keith in here?
I got a Keith in here.
What the fuck up? What the fuck is up? Sorry. What the fuck up? What are you doing here, bitch? Petita! Did you summon Keith? He's the Catman. Say hi.
It's purring so loud.
Very loud. This guy do be cruising. Cruising for a brood. Hi.
Maybe I should switch to my other one. Yeah, welcome in.
Yeah.
How you doing? Sorry, I'm really bad at this. I'm not.
The fuck is indeed up. Hell yeah, I'm ready.
I'm just cruising.
What, you don't want
We're
to get
chatting
down?
about stuff. A lot of nostalgia stuff.
A lot of nostalgia stuff.
Oh, come on. I did not turn that much.
Well, as it turns out, you fucking did, buddy.
I did not.
I did not! Mr. Electric! Send him to the principal's office and have him expelled!
This. I don't know if this is going to be any better, but this thing does like to not go straight.
God, I love cranberries.
Maybe I should have stopped on the. I would say maybe I should have stopped in the last one, but then we wouldn't have gotten a Keith in here.
I know. We wouldn't have gotten to see the handsome fella. With hair that is better than mine, that I'm incredibly jealous of. What the fuck? Why did... It's always the hair or the lashes. Y'all don't need that shit. What the fuck?
What we did? Are we just supposed to have stuff in our eyes?
No, but you don't need them to be long and luxurious like they fucking always are. You'll see a guy and it'll be like, oh, I hate my eyelashes, they're so annoying, and they're like dark and long and beautiful and look like what most girls can't achieve with fucking mascara and a million of things. They're never even grateful. Bullshit.
Bro.
Bro. Do you need moral support, Hug? Do you need moral support, blowjob?
I might.
You know what? You don't need to say anything else. That also suffices. Got it.
Yeah, after stream.
Did you skip that one? Because you were okay.
No, it
going over
counts.
account. Cool.
Trust me, I get little things.
Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Oh. Please. If you lost that because you got fucking caught.
I'm so lucky I had like 8 seconds left.
Yeah, that would have been terrible if you were racing the clock there. Yikes. What the fuck is that? You got Bitcoin?
Hmm? Yako?
Hello?
Oh, you mean like the...
Yeah.
No, they're just called bucks.
They're just called bucks.
Yeah, they're just called bucks.
Yeah, non-location descript money.
Yeah.
Oh. Good job. Good job, pal.
One more.
One more. One more before we go bed.
Yeah.
Slalom.
I think I have one. Do I not have one? I have one. I very obviously have one.
Glad you're well though, Keith. I hope you have the best fucking night, man. You deserve all the good things in the world.
What? Invalid vehicle?
Your fucking bike not good enough?
It literally wants it to not be... Did I not? Did I read it backwards?
Did you read it backwards and you did the one thing you're not supposed to be?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You dum-dum.
We're doing this.
Nice.
Oh, what? This one.
Oh, do you like fall through it?
This one. Yeah, it says falling tiles.
It's literally GTA.
This one.
No.
Alright. right, left.
Green, red, yellow. Whoa. Left. I mean, if you go on the bars
Blue-
between them, the
blue,
bars
red.
don't fall. Whoa, whoa.
You have to go in a certain order.
Yeah, terrible.
That's horrible.
How are you supposed to do that fast? Right. Left.
See, the first one's great because it just has it in the order.
Yeah.
Now this one I can go green, red, yellow, blue. Green, red. So I have to go this way. Then this one I have to go green, blue,
green, red.
green, blue, green, red, green, yellow, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Blue, red, yellow, green, red, yellow. Blue, red, yellow, green, red.
Blue, red, yellow, green, red, yellow. Holy shit.
I got it. All right. Blue, green, yellow.
It's blue, green, yellow, red, blue, green, yellow, red. Blue, green, yellow. Blue. Oh, it's back and forth. Blue, green, yellow, red, blue, green, yellow. That's terrible. Fuck that. That sucks. No!
Oh my god, and there's one big one at
There's
the
a
end.
bit. How are you? Well, at least you know how to do it now.
Not really.
Yeah, you do. You just gotta go whoop, 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 whoop on that one. It's just a back and forth.
And it specifically is you can't do it with
With a bike, which would make it way easier.
yeah.
Then it's just left to right to left, pretty much. Just not there.
Just go fast enough. Can't I go over them?
You just ramp it. Welcome in, Sydney? Is that what it is? Sydney, welcome in. He's in hell right now. Blue, red, yellow. Blue, green, yellow, red. Blue, green, yellow, red. Blue, green. Holy shit, no. It would be so much better if it wasn't a fucking car. Why are they making you do this in a car? Awful. You are a ballsy motherfucker. You got it. Go! You have 24 seconds. Shit. Dumb bitch!
We don't know what that one is. I think it's like two of the same and then two of the same again or whatever.
We don't, but we need to
Shut up. Shut up.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't need to.
I
You're-
literally was dead
Shut up with
silent.
that shut up with that face.
Shut up with that dull silence that I left because I didn't say a goddamn thing.
Yellow, green.
Shapes and colors.
I didn't like kindergarten and I don't like this now.
I hate shapes and colors. No. Ah. Oh.
Fuck, I really.
You sound like you want to drink right now.
I might.
You gonna take a shot after this and then go to bed?
If it wasn't so late, I
Yeah.
honestly would probably get high. Stopping.
Yellow, green, blue, red. Yellow, 3 green, 2 blue, 2 red. Wing it.
Yes! Got it.
Drive off the edge. Very difficult puzzle.
Ugh.
Was it worth it?
God, if I... Oh. You know what? I think that was a very funny clip there, though.
Yeah, no.
You want to do it again?
No. I gotta go to the little streamer's corner.
Well, I mean, you wait 2 seconds, do an outro, and then...
2 seconds.
Fine, I'll just do the outro. I mean, I guess it is just my channel.
It is your channel. You can do your outro.
Yeah.
Like,
Subscribe.
slam that bell. Eat a piece of chocolate cake because you deserve it.
Alright, let me move it in. Zoom. Closer. It's close and intimate. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I might do this again. I don't know, because I just drive around the crew a lot. And it'll make, like, finishing everything in that game a lot more manageable. But I need stuff to talk about. So, I mean, feel free. I mean, if you're anybody who's, like, you know, you leave some comments, whatever, after the stream. Give me some ideas of stuff to do or stuff to talk about. Well, you know, I'm just cruising around, finishing up races or whatever in that. I mean, if you know me, like you're one of my friends, whatever, feel free to just message me some stuff. Also, again, if you're one of my friends, like, I'm fine with chilling in a Discord call while I do these streams and that, talking about whatever, and that, I mean, if you want to just joke around, and everything. Larry, Larry Larvesta, hashtag Larvesta Swarm is happening while I'm doing my outro. Well, I guess I'm going. No, never mind. Let's go. We're doing some more, I guess. Do one more. At least. Welcome in, Larry. Thank you so much for the raid or whatever and that. But no, yeah, I definitely would, very much enjoy to just, like, do this with some friends as well. I gotta log in now, lol. Yeah, I mean, it's not every day that you get a Larry Larvesta in your chat. It's not every day that I get anybody in my chat, but that's besides the point. I feel like... How am I supposed to get 8,000? That center one worth more than the other ones? Smash or be smashed? I'm being smashed. I'm being smashed a lot. A lot of smashing happening right now. Babe, I'm getting smashed.
Maybe that's why I needed to go so bad, because I knew that there was a Lorfesta swarm coming. I had to flee the swarm.
I guess so, because
Just topple off the edge.
no, I got sent off and I just crashed into a, yeah, I'm not doing this one right now. Annoying. Oh, man.
Anyway, what's up, Larry?
I get that though, Larry. I also have a lot of lurkers happening right now. I feel bad because I think the other person left because I was doing my outro.
You know I love you, Larry.
Oh!
I mean, I mounted you in game earlier, so.
I was in chat, but
You know what happened. Fuck, she's got the zoomies. Are you crazy?
No, I was lurking that entire time. Yeah.
She was straight up hiding, and I went, wait, where'd she go? And then she ran at me full force. She literally scared me like a little kid. Chub, you scared me, huh? You wanna say hi, Larry? Yeah?
Yeah.
Come here.
Like, we don't stream during this time. I never get to
Run around and be excited and be awake. Yeah, hi, Larry.
cool.
Hello, she says I love you.
What I said. Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Multiple times. Sure did. Oh. Oh. Yes, hello. Wish you guys could hear how fucking loud she purrs.
Hmm.
Get all up in there. You hear the purrs? You hear them? Probably not, but I feel like if I'm talking, it makes more of a chance you can hear it. Alright. She says like the stream and subscribe.
Yeah, we're close to 100. I think like. Oh, you.
Oh, Larry, that's the worst. I feel that in my bones, though.
I think I'm going to become an alcoholic because of this game.
This game makes me drink is your new title.
Oh. I have to like slow down on that. I have to a little bit.
Sorry.
Got it. Ugh. What was I saying then? Oh, yeah, I think I'm just as far off from like percentage-wise I'm just as far off from 100 subscribers as you are from 1,000.
Crazy to think about. In general. Get you on the line. That's
So I have a
cheating.
so when are you going on tour?
What?
When is LFB
LFB on tour.
LFB live?
LFB live? What the fuck
Live
is that?
Fire Bouquet.
Nice. I mean, if I ever got big enough that I'd do a live tour, that's what I'd call it. Live jellyfish tour. Do you have a jellyfish there? Are you so cool? Yeah. Oh, big mob. Ooh, you ran and got that. Whoa, it's the fastest I've seen you move, fatty.
Wow. Are you fat shaming on my stream?
God, it's my fat cat. It's 100% my fault that she's overweight.
Sure about that?
Probably. I mean, it's probably a little.
I think it's your brother.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's probably Rick's fault.
It's one of two things. It's your brother and also probably a little bit more. It's my fault because I actually buy her food.
Oh. One, whoa. Two, it's a little rat's fault because Rat
Hey, honey.
literally confessed to giving her a ton of treats.
I have a little bit of a problem.
Are you a boat on land right now?
Yeah.
That's probably bad. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Hey, can I have the jellyfish? I want the jellyfish.
I'm getting tired.
If you're wondering, this is the jellyfish I'm currently playing with the cat with. It's not hers, it's not that.
Try telling her that.
Look at her. Ooh. Run. We're gonna run after this thing. Oh, look. And you can do it. You ready? Whoa! Look at you! You can hear her bucket at us, right?
Oh, yes.
Bucket
I turned the wrong way. I turned the wrong way.
Are you my little hunter? Hey, wait, you can't take it. Wait, no, give it back. Please. Why do you always do this? Do that.
I'm really bad with arrows. I was listening to a podcast earlier, and they, the people in the podcast, they recently went on a trip where, like, they went to a place that, like, they were able to shoot some guns and stuff like that. And, they also had some, like, I think they were talking about, like, some, like, bow and arrow stuff and that. And one of them made a joke that they were also on horseback. And, one of them is a larger fellow. And he's like, oh yeah, I was up there, like, Fatness
Fatness Everdeen?
Fatness Everdeen. And then I'm like, oh, amazing. And I was sitting there, like,
She got the stick! No!
like, you know, how, like, my brother, wife has horses, and he's been getting into, you know, the horse stuff with her. And that. And I'm like, now I want to come up with, like, a fun, fat name, like Fatness Everdeen, to call him. The next time I see him with a horse.
Alright, do I need to be sitting down so you know I can't go very far?
Lion Smash.
snatch? That's what you call the Mile High Club. What? Where's my gift for that tiny?
No, don't make me go fast. I don't work tomorrow. I really could have gotten.
Could have what?
I could have gotten high tonight.
You really could have.
Could have gotten high. Just had some fun doing other stuff. Instead, I decided to play this game.
It's like me when I play
Stream.
Sonic.
I missed another one. I missed another one. I'm missing them all. Not that easy to maneuver. I'm trying to hit balls that are the size of my carpet. Hey, I did it. I did it. Oh, brother. We did it. Some Spanish. We did it.
Yeah, I don't know what that's going to do.
What? Are you okay?
No.
Are you going to blow up the bathroom? Yes. Yes, she is. Don't let her fool you. I think I'm gonna have to go back and try to do that one now. Sure, let's try it with this car. Maybe this car will be better to do this with. I felt the same way that I felt before. God. I was just off, wasn't I? Yep. Whoa. Well, I'm right here, so. Are you kidding me? Wish there was a way to. I think there is a way for me to make it respawn faster, but. There we go. We got it. Also, in this game, I did a lot of, at one point I was feeling a little bit bored with it, and I was like, I don't really know what I want to do, if I want to do everything in it, and not, or they're not, no, we're not doing it. So we should be finished with that now, yep. I did want to, I went through and got some vehicles from like Fast and Furious, stuff like that. I mean, we have Bumblebee here. We have the RX-7. Closest thing, at least. Tokyo Drift. I think this one is self-explanatory. I think that's all I have right now. I tried to do the RX-7 with that, but it didn't really look that good. But yeah, I did try to do that at one point as well. Of all these things, but yeah, I'm gonna probably try to do this some more maybe in my free time. I know I'm gonna be busy this weekend with schoolwork and actual work, so I don't know when it would happen, but I also have to do continue Undertale at some point, but I've been very busy during the day. And I want to do that during the day because of, doing the voices, everything. And I don't really want to be doing those voices that some of them could be loud when people are trying to sleep, so. But yeah, I definitely want to try to do this a little bit more. And that, because I like just talking sometimes. My problem is that sometimes I just don't know what to talk about, because sometimes I'm just like, I have nothing that's like worth talking about. Or like, there's stuff that I would love to talk about, but I feel like I'm undereducated on some of the topics, where it's like, there's other places that you guys could go to get probably some better or more concise knowledge on whatever I would want to talk about anyway, so. Some of that stuff I'm just like, about, and then, there's, numerous things that are just like, yes, I'm putting these on the bus, the Volkswagen bus, because I can. No, there's plenty that I want to talk to, but talk to you guys about. But it's just like, I want somebody to either bounce off of. Honestly, another thought that I had for like a podcast sort of thing was like mold. Like, I don't know exactly how I would phrase the name of it, but it would essentially be something along the lines of like Mold Me. Where I would have, some different friends on, or people on, and we would just talk about, some stuff with just life in general, and I would just, take some advice, talk about some things, learn some things, talk about experiences, when it comes to money management, finding inspiration for things, and that so I could just like take from the people that I have around me and what they have to say, some advice that they have. And I can take that and work on things, and that could honestly even be another part of what I would do on like that sort of thing, where I would give updates on things. I would try some stuff out that somebody suggested to me, and I can either like give like a once over update, like a quick update on how immediate effects or whatever of stuff that I advice that I get or things that I learn, like the next episode that I do or whatever. Or I could, the next time I have that person on or whatever, like cycle through some people and bring some people back in and be like, yeah, this is what I've been doing based on what you told me, and this is how it's kind of working out. This is how it's changed how I view things. Or maybe it could even be as simple as talking about like the growth of this channel or whatever else. The only thing is like the getting into specifics of things could sometimes be a little hard to navigate, like when it comes to, I have to be very vague with things of like, if they gave me spending habits and making money sort of advice, I would obviously be very vague in how much I've made from it, or how much I've stopped spending from it, or stuff like that. And it would be a thing where I'm gathering advice from other people, bouncing off some things, giving my own advice as well, because I've noticed very recently that I've had a lot of content creators and other people talk to me about things, and I'm like, I'm still in my young 20s. I don't know shit. And so many people, there's two things that a lot of people say when they get older, and that's, I wish I did this thing, and I wish that younger me knew this thing. And if I could learn some of those things at a time, it'd be nice. And that there's another thing that I'm not sure if I've ever said on the channel. I'm studying to be a teacher, and so that's another thing I've been thinking about talking about as well, but I don't really want to. I haven't done any actual like student teaching. I've done some observation stuff, but other than that, it's just been a lot of classwork and things, so it's just ideas throw out there and that. But I'm curious of like what sort of things I've learned about, if you guys have experienced it in your education, in maybe some ways that you reflect of like, yeah, that would probably work better. And you could even apply that if you're also going to be going into the said field. I mean, you're probably learning about it anyways, but maybe even you can apply it to your own learning, or apply it to like maybe kids that you have or will have in the future or whatever. and that like maybe that's something I could talk about or even have somebody else come on talk to me about, but obviously that would take a lot of planning and a lot of work to get that out there, and I don't even know how I would do it and how I would like even format it of if I want it to be like something where I actually record it and make something for it, but I don't really know what I would have like on a screen sort of if I uploaded it to YouTube. I'd have to come up with some sort of, screen for it or whatever, or if I want it to be in the style of a typical like maybe like face cam sort of podcast instead, but that would also maybe cause problems for other people that I bring on talk about stuff, because I know there's a lot of people, especially around some of the communities that I am in, that they don't want to show their faces in that on the internet, which is totally fine. I respect that, but I would have to, have some sort of thing, or you guys just have to be looking at me and just hearing them. Maybe I would just have like very minimalistic, have their just Discord record like our Discord icons and that's it. But oh no, I would like to do something like that where I'm learning and bringing you guys in on my learning to try to do stuff better and get some advice from people that have been through experiences and just been through life in general. In that, and again, it's the matter of how I would actually do it and getting the people to do it, not only with just like knowing people to bring on for that, but also people that fit what I'm trying to do, so they would tend to be probably a bit older than me, and would be okay with being put in that situation of like, yeah, come mold me, like take part in making me who I am, which obviously everybody that you interact with makes you who you are, but I guess it would be like a more direct thing with this, so I can understand some people not being too comfortable with that, but I think this is all stuff, again, feel free to, if you're listening this far, and that obviously you didn't be enjoying my content, so feel free to, let me know what you think, what you would want with, if I do another one of these streams, if I, do any sort of the podcast ideas I kind of threw out throughout this. I don't know if, doing a full podcast style sort of thing, or just doing it as streams and just, or videos and just putting it out there. However, but just let me know what you guys think. Let me know what other things you would want me to talk about. And, or even, honestly, if you want to ask me some questions even. You gotta do a Q&A at some point. I guess. Yeah, just let me know. I don't think we're going to do any sort of raiding tonight because it's late. Everything, I'm probably going to go right to bed after this, so. Let me stop. Just a big cam. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back with something hopefully next week in some free time if I get any. We'll see. Worst case, it will be just late night stuff like this, and Kate's just gonna have to deal with it. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. all those fun stuff and that. And let me actually close out of the game so that hopefully I can get my Stream Deck to work again. Yeah, I don't know why my Stream Deck is just not working at all. I need to unplug my controller. Yeah, I have no idea why my Stream Deck is just not working today. And I don't know exactly which USB plug is that, so I don't really want to deal with that while I have stream going, so guess I have to do it the old-fashioned way. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later. See ya!